Listen to Us Now is a podcast about the unheard stories of our youth, the stories of the voices who've been silenced. But we are the future leaders of the world, so listen to us now.
This podcast is centered on giving a platform for the stories of our youth that have gone unheard for too long. Our generation has been constantly dismissed from telling their stories, told they are too naive to understand the suffering of the world, too young to have an opinion, too young to care. However, struggle has no age.
This is a place for the young leaders of the world to say, this is what's happening to me, and this is not okay. This is not acceptable. We need change, and we need it now. Dealing with topics such as racism, homophobia, the stigma surrounding having disability or mental illness, police brutality, and much, much more. We must not turn a blind eye to the struggles of others, because by recognizing them, we can begin to make change. I'm Anastasia Consuelo.
And I'm Milo Gomez.
And we are the hosts of Listen to Us Now. Welcome to our podcast.
In episode 0, we will be talking about how the next episodes will look like and how you can be in them.
But first, a little bit about ourselves.
Hi, my name is Milo Gomez, and I am 16 years old currently. I am a junior at South High, and I participate in the color guard team, and I co-coach a color guard youth group, but I haven't been attending because of schoolwork. I am on the Youth Advisory Council for the LGBT Center in our town, and I like to draw and write and cook. But what about you, Anastasia?
I'm Anastasia Consuelo. I am currently 16 years old, but I'll be 17 next month. I also go to South High School, and I'm currently the ASB president of the school. I'm also South High Theater's president as well. I'm in the school news, but please don't look it up because it is embarrassing. We started this podcast because that doesn't even begin to describe how the past couple of months have been. I don't really think there's a word to fully describe how it's been. And we've been seeing a lot of young people lately go out and use their voices, tell their stories, learn to not be afraid to go and express themselves. But along with that, I've seen a lot of people who want to use their voice, but may be afraid to or don't know how to. We hope this podcast can be a platform for those who have not been yet able to tell their stories, to have a safe and supportive place to do so.
We hope this podcast can give a platform for those in the Central Valley, a place where they can feel safe to speak up and share their stories.
Which means we want to hear from you.
Unfortunately, because of finances, our resources are limited, and being in a pandemic, the way we will record each episode will be unique.
Currently, we're recording this episode through Skype. Me and Milo are not in the same household, so we decided it'd be better if we just record it through the phone. And we're hoping to continue to use Skype as we bring people in to tell their stories.
But things can always change, so stay tuned to our Instagram page for more updates. Or if you have any suggestions on anything else we can use or do, let us know down below or send us a message.
But how can I tell my story?
We've tried to make it as simple as possible. On our Instagram page at Listen to Us Now, we have a video that goes more into depth, but here's what you can do.
In the description of this video and in our Instagram bio, we have a link to a Google form you can fill out. In that Google form, we'll ask for some information such as your contact info and a small description of your story.
After you fill it out, we will be in contact with you shortly, and from there we will discuss when you can come in and tell your story.
We want you to be the most comfortable you can be, so how anonymous you want to be is completely up to you.
But before you fill out the Google form, please watch the 2 IGTVs we have on our Instagram page for a more in-depth description of it all.
Each episode will start off with doing a quick intro from Milo and I. Then we'll introduce the person who will be sharing their story, and we will give them the entire episode to do that.
And because of that, each episode might consist of different times, but our main focus is to give enough time for the person to speak. As well, each episode will have appropriate trigger warnings before each story. Your mental health is always first, so if something may be triggering, we urge you to be aware of them if you decide to view the episode and take care of yourself.
Other than our YouTube, which you are watching this episode on now, we also have a TikTok and Instagram page. The links to them are in our description of this video right now.
Our Instagram and TikTok will be used to promote the podcast, but our Instagram has a lot of resources and is a great way to contact us. Our YouTube channel is where our episodes will be going out weekly. Our Instagram is the best place to reach us.
Milo and I are both students, and a lot of those sharing their stories are students as well, but we will try our absolute best to release a new episode weekly.
Feel free to email us at listentousnowpodcast@gmail.com to give us some feedback, suggestions, and whatever we can do better. We want to know. We take it all into consideration and it will be extremely helpful for us.
Thank you to all those listening to this now, and shout out to Mr. Garcia, who's helped us, as well as the South High Project Lit Book Club, who gave us support and advice.
But other than that, I am Milo Gomez.
And I'm Anastasia Consuelo, and this has been Listen to Us Now.